Never discount Ravens fans and just exactly how smart they are. We might be a little extra crazy now too, but Ravens fans are extremely intelligent. In these comment sections on Twitter and questions from Team Keep It Clean, it continued to be brought up. Man, I don't feel like the Baltimore Ravens are done yet. Man, I just feel like the Ravens still need a bit more. And when specifically speaking about exactly what the Baltimore Ravens needed, so many people said they need another defensive lineman. They need more. We lost Michael Pierce. We lost Brent Urban. We still need more. We need to beef up that defensive line. And what did the Baltimore Ravens do? They did just that with the newest Baltimore Raven, our guy, John Jenkins. So, welcome to the squad. John Jenkins, well, what is it about him that he can bring to the Baltimore Ravens? Well, just his presence alone, like from jump. He's 6'3", 327 pounds. So, that ain't no little guy at all. That ain't no little defensive lineman, even though there's like really not even such a thing. But still, his presence alone. And then I took a look at his PFF grades. And I know PFF is not gospel. PFF is not the end-all, be-all. But for his PFF grades, his overall grade was 53.1. So that was 128 out of 219 defensive linemen. So his specific grades, it was average. His pass rush grade was 127th out of 219 defensive linemen. His run defense was 126 out of 219 defensive linemen. So it was average. Now, we're not expecting him to come in here at 35 years old and just blow the roof off the Baltimore Ravens defense. Now, but we can expect him to just come in here and do the dirty work. Not get all the sexy numbers and whatnot. Just do the grimy, nasty work. Take up a couple of offensive linemen when you're out there on the field, and then just allow everybody else around you to eat. And you're going to get your opportunities too. Look, John, you're going to get your chances as well, but just come through and let everybody else eat. Sort of be like, I don't want to say Jared Johnson, because Jared Johnson was a completely different position, but sort of like him. Somebody where they don't get all the accolades, but they show up when it matters. They show up and help make plays. They show up and help other people make plays. And that's exactly what I expect John Jenkins to do. Because we got somebody who I expect to take a huge step forward this year, because they took a huge step forward last year. And that's our guy, TJ, number 98, Travis Jones. Especially because y'all know what year this is for Travis Jones? Forget that it's year 4 for him, but it's contract year. So since it's contract year, and they paid Matabike, are they going to pay 2 interior defensive linemen? Probably not. So Travis Jones knows that he's most likely on his way out of Baltimore. Now, while I would love for Travis Jones to stay, I just don't think it's going to happen. So, he got that extra gear in for this year to take off, to go off, to set it off, because his bank account next year is going to go up by a whole lot, especially the better that he does. So, again, like I say for all players, I'm sure they are all already motivated enough as is just to make it another year in the NFL. But when you got all that money that you could be getting the following year, oh, yeah, that'll make you step up your game that much more. And, of course, we just want to see consistency from Matabike. Still, Broderick Washington still in the building as well. And then you got Aeneas Peebles. He'll be making his mark. So, again, with John Jenkins, is this a big, sexy signing? No, it's not. But this is somebody who can do a lot of the dirty work for the Baltimore Ravens defense when called upon, and somebody that just gives them nice quality experience and nice quality depth. So a very important PSA before we continue. Team, keep it clean. I love y'all. Now we done reached my favorite part of the videos where we get to feature your questions. If you would like to take part in it, you can send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com, or for the Team Keep It Clean patrons. And if you would like to become one, you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids. You can send your question in a DM directly on Patreon. Special shout out to all of y'all. Let's get into these questions because so many Ravens fans are wondering a lot of the same thing. First question came from my guy Dorian. He said, hey, is DreadzSantana on X here? With Darius Washington going down with a torn Achilles, who do you see filling in at that position? Hopefully it's not moving Starks over and moving Kyle back, because I would like super duper Kyle more up by the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I can understand why. That's why we were all so excited this season, because we like, oh my goodness, Kyle Hamilton, when he was just a drop back safety primarily, he was amazing. But when he was like super duper Kyle, and he was everywhere. Oh, yeah, he was even more amazing than he was last year. He's just like that. Best safety in the league. It ain't even close. Anyway, he said, possibly Sanusi, Kane, Bo, Brady, or available free agents, Justin Simmons, Julian Blackmon, or Jordan Whitehead, or former Raven Chuck Clark. Yeah, not the Chuck Clark. I don't even think Chuck Clark would even want to come back. Remember, not Chuck Clark. And remember, was it on the Punchline podcast with Jack Sutton and Marlon Humphrey, where Kyle Hamilton was talking about, like, I took your job. They brought me in because you weren't doing your job. Remember when Kyle Hamilton, anybody remember that? Let me know in the comment section if y'all remember when Kyle Hamilton said that, or exactly what he said. But anyway, who should they replace Ardarius Washington with? I think the Ravens will end up signing a veteran safety. Like, with Justin Simmons, that's who I actually wanted before they got Eddie Jackson. I wanted Justin Simmons. Y'all know I was hoping they would get Justin Simmons, but it obviously didn't happen that way. But I think now, with them having a need at safety, that will make whatever Justin Simmons' current price is that much more expensive. And Justin Simmons, he done already said he want to go play for the Eagles. But why not try a different bird? I mean, it just makes sense. Next question came from my guy, Michael. He said, say it ain't so. Hey, team, keep it clean. Hoping everybody and their families are doing well. And happy belated Mother's Day to all you mothers, especially yours. Ingraven, I saw an article. Wasn't sure if it was true on Ardarius Washington with a torn Achilles. I hope that's not true. Your thoughts if it is. Many blessings to all. Yeah, it's definitely true. And I know you know that information by now, but it's unfortunate. My thoughts on it that it just sucks the way that it's happened. I mean, obviously injuries are terrible, but it sucks for Ardarius Washington because this was his opportunity to go into free agency next year and just cash out, man. But now that's been stripped from him. Now he won't be able to get a big bank in free agency next year because people are going to look at this and be like, I don't know if we can trust it or not. And he'll get a higher deal than what he's making now, but still it won't be that significant money that he could have gotten. Now, obviously, he could play ball the following year and do his thing and then cash out the following year. But it just would have been nice if Ardarius Washington could have got that big bag next offseason instead of two off seasons from now. So I just think it sucks for him financially. As far as from the Baltimore Ravens, it just makes the Malachi Starks pick even better now. But it also puts a lot more pressure on him than there would have been before. He's going to have to grow up fast. He's going to have to learn a lot on the fly. And it's going to be tough, but I think he'll be fine in this case. Another Ingraven favorite on the way. Next question came from my guy, Matt. He said, what's up, Ingraven? Hey, what's up, Matt? What's happening, baby? He said, first off, I want to say I appreciate everything you do for us and keep us up to date on our Ravens. Being an out-of-market Ravens fan, your channel makes me feel so much more included and involved with the Ravens, so shout out to you, man. I appreciate that a lot, man. I appreciate that. That's very, very important. That was very, very important for me. With starting this channel, it's very, very important for me with continuing this channel to make sure that y'all know that y'all are part of it. Y'all are the channel and that y'all voices, whatever y'all got to say, is heard. I apologize because I really, really try. But life is busy, and I told y'all this before, but a lot of times when we make a video, we edit it, and we do everything ourselves. We ain't got no editor, we ain't got this, that, and the third. Everything that we do on this channel, we do it. But after we finish making a video, posting that video, then I try to be in the comment section as much as I possibly can. And I get in there a little bit, but I feel like I'm not in there enough. And because a lot of times life is life, as y'all know, stuff gets busy, stuff comes up. But then I'll be thinking, I'll already be thinking, all right, what's going to be for the next video after I post that video? And it's just, my mind, like, it never really rests, if you get what I'm saying. My mind is like always going. And it's annoying sometimes because I feel like it takes it away from sleep and whatnot, but it is what it is. We're going to be all right. But anyway, I just say all that to say I appreciate y'all watching the videos and I appreciate y'all being a part of the channel. Again, y'all are the part of the channel. Y'all are not a part of it. Y'all are the part of the channel, so I appreciate y'all. Anyway, he said, now to get to my question. It's a tragedy what happened to Ardarius Washington, but it makes me wonder what will the Ravens do to replace him. We could start both Brady, Sanusi, Kane, but I was thinking if we went the external route and added the Ingraven trio, DeAndre Hopkins, Jadeveon Clowney, and Justin Simmons. Ooh, boy. If they did that. Ooh, if they did that, boy, oh man, all right now, okay now. He said, in my opinion, the Ravens need to identify who will be their third safety before training camp. I agree. Because once you can get that hammered out, if everybody knows their role, the earlier everybody knows their roles, the smoother the entire season will be, in my opinion, and it sounds like yours too. He said, and in my opinion, with how crucial that position has been in the past few years, even though it didn't work out with Eddie Jackson, I don't know how comfortable I feel putting Kane or Brady in such an important role in our secondary. What are your thoughts? I agree with that, because while a lot of us like, hey, Sanusi Kane, that boy, hey, he could be something. That boy Bo Bray, hey, he might be a star in the making. We'll see. But with all the just the responsibility that's on that position of safety, like you're the last line of defense. Quarterbacks will try to look you off. They'll try to throw you off. They will do everything. Veteran quarterbacks, especially, they will do everything to try to fool you, to try to make you look like a fool, to try to trick you, to try to have you out of position, out of place, all of that. So if you already got one rookie back there, but would you put not two rookies, because Sanusi Kane and Bo Brady are not rookies, but would you put two people back there who don't have that much NFL experience? That's asking a lot, man. I know a lot of Ravens fans like, hey, we need to pay our players. We need to play our players. And this is why we drafted them. This is why we signed them. We don't sign them to sit on the bench, And I get that. But you got to think about the situation, man. You really got to think about, would you have a rookie, even though you're first round draft, but still, a rookie back there, safety, and then a second-year safety who really hasn't seen many snaps at safety at all? Would you want to have that in your secondary? If you want to, cool. I understand. But the way that the Ravens, I think, are thinking, they ain't letting that fly. Next question came from my guy, Michael. He said, what's up, bro? I haven't sent in a question in a couple months. Yeah, Mike, it's been a little while, but it's okay. I forgive you. He said, but I watch every video you put up. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mike. He said, I hope all is well. Now, my question was, safety Washington going down with an Achilles injury, and his timetable for return isn't looking good. I believe I got the answer for who to bring on. Marcus Williams. Whoa. He did put a laughing emoji after. Okay. He said, no, I'm just playing. But I wanted to know who you would bring in, and how do you feel like this injury will affect what Kyle Hamilton's role will be on the field? That's a great question, because this injury impacts that all day, every day. Because if we had Ardarius Washington and Malachi Starks back there, have Kyle Hamilton roaming around. And Starks, again, he'll still have to learn a lot on the fly quickly, regardless if Ardarius Washington was there or not. But now he's going to have to learn even more and even quicker on the fly. But I feel like this really potentially impacts Kyle Hamilton's role, because you're going to have somebody back there who wasn't back there last year. So you're going to have somebody back there who's going to have to learn this defense. That's why I said I don't think the Ravens are going to go with a Sanusi Kane or a Bo Brady. I think they're going to want to go with a veteran just to try to be extra safe. I know their recent veteran signings at safety, they ain't been working out. So maybe Ravens might be like, look, we saw what happened with Marcus Williams and what happened with Eddie Jackson. We ain't even going to run the risk anymore, buddy. And so with them having been burned over the past year with their safeties, and maybe they're like, look, we don't want to spend that bread like that. We ain't trying to go through that again. But I do think that they're going to want to have a veteran back there even still, because that's what the Ravens do. He said, in closing, I really feel bad for Ardarius Washington. I felt like this year he was going to play a big role, but injuries struck him again. Yeah, they have. What sucks about it is that I think the Ravens may have felt like this with Ardarius Washington. That's why they didn't dedicate any significant money to him. They didn't sign him to a long-term deal, and they just put that tender on him where if somebody else would have signed him and they would have lost him, they wouldn't have even got nothing back. But I think with Ardarius Washington, even though he hadn't had any, he did have not really significant injury, not like a torn Achilles, but he did have injuries back then. So he had missed a good amount of time due to injury in the past. I think that's why the Ravens were non-committal to him. Now, with a torn Achilles, again, that's on another level from any of the injuries that he had previously. But still, I think that's why the Ravens were non-committal, because they was like, can we really allocate and dedicate all this money to Ardarius Washington if he's missed all this time previously with injury? Even though he's a baller, even though he can play, I think the Ravens might have been like, you know what, we can't fully trust him yet, but let's see how this season goes. We're going to put him on the tender, and then, again, this happened. That's why it sucks for Ardarius Washington, because he could have proved himself to the Ravens and just really to the entire NFL. He could have proved himself yet again. It sucks for the Ravens because this put them in a tough situation at safety. It sucks for both parties, but both parties, they got to find a way to move forward. Obviously, the Ravens sooner, because they still got to play football with Ardarius Washington. It'll be later when he can play football again.